Hello everyone, this is Glenda Winkleman and this is just a short video on how to take that Christmas lace doily that I just showed on my channel and turn it into this lovely little candy dish for the holidays. So this video is a little frustrating for me because I showed how to make it, but the first stiffener I used didn't quite work, so it's kind of frustrating and funny at the same time. So I hope you enjoy this video. So if you decide to make this candy dish, the pattern for this doily is on my website, creativegrandma.net. So enjoy and happy holidays. So for this project and how to take your Christmas lace doily, that's this doily right here. I have this pattern available. It's pattern number XMAS1, the Christmas Lace Doily. So you need to make your doily, and then I have a bowl. This is just a glass bowl. It's 3.5 inches high and it's 6.5 inches across the bowl. You're going to need some saran wrap or plastic wrap to wrap your bowl. I use fabric stiffener, so you're going to need some of this. You just follow the instructions on the bottle. This makes your doily hard to form the candy dish. You're also going to need some push pins. And I just use a priority mailbox from the post office. You're going to cover this with plastic wrap and sit your bowl on it. So we'll go over all that. So get your cardboard, wrap it in saran wrap and plastic wrap. Then you're going to wrap your bowl in plastic wrap. Get that set on top of the cardboard, and I'll be right back with the next step. I have plastic over my cardboard here, and I also put plastic wrap over my bowl. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my doily and place it over top the bowl and center that doily. I have my push pins ready, and I'm just slowly going to work my way around, and I'm going to pin in the third round from the outside edge. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to pin right in the base of this shell here. So I'm going to grab a push pin. I'm just going to push that right up against the bowl, and I'm going to push that pin right into my cardboard. So you're going to have to just slowly work your way around. Try to get all the extra, like there's some ruffles here. You just have to kind of pull it and push it together slightly and just try to work those ruffles out so it lays nice and flat against your bowl. So go ahead and do that. It's going to take a little time. You just have to work with it, but you'll get it. And I leave that edge like that, and I'll finish pinning, and I'll be back when I'm done. I have all my pins in around my hat, but because you're really pushing this in, you have a lot of extra little ruffle down here. So with it being straight like that, it's harder to see because I already have it pinned. But what I did was I went around and I just overlapped this where the shells meet. I just pulled that over a little so they all overlap just ever so slightly. And you can see that, overlapping them. So that looks pretty good. I have my fabric stiffener spray, so shake it up good. Now you may have to do this a couple times. What I do is I take it and I spray it. I get it a little damp. Then I take my hands and I really push to make sure that's flat against the bowl. Push in on it like so. Don't be afraid of it. And then you're going to really spray it good, because I want mine really hard. I want this thing to be like concrete. Well, not quite like concrete, but I really want it hard. I want it to hold up. I don't want it to give out. I want it to be nice and stiff. So I'm going to go ahead and spray it. And when this starts getting a little dry, and I think it's going to be, dry, sometimes I actually take my hair dryer and speed it along a little bit and then I'll spray it again. But I suggest you let this dry completely. Don't try to rush it. Just let it dry overnight, even if you need an extra day to spray it again to make it nice and firm. So there, I sprayed it. I'm going to let that set. I'm going to come back in a couple hours. I'm going to check it. Just make sure that's... And then I'm going to respray it and let it set overnight. I'll be back tomorrow and see how this looks when I unpin it. I'm back. It's been roughly about 8 hours and I'm just trying to check my hat. I'm feeling it. It still feels damp, but I can tell by the touch it's kind of, it's not stiff. So I'm going to spray it again. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep spraying it, and I'll be back in the morning. I'm going to let this dry overnight and see if it's the consistency I want to where it's nice and hard. I'm back and it's the next morning and I'm feeling my doily and I'm a little upset because it's not anywhere near where I want to be. Well, I'm back again, checking my bowl, and believe it or not, I used this whole bottle of this fabric stiffener and it didn't work. It's getting a little hard, but this is no way going to support a bowl of candy. So I'm really disappointed. So at this point, when all else fails, what I should have used in the first place is what? Elmer's Glue All. So it's a multi-purpose glue. It dries clear. So what I'm going to do now is I'm getting the glue out. I'm going to put Elmer's glue on this and I'm just going to put it all over it. Now this will take a couple days to dry when you're using Elmer's glue, but I'm going to go ahead and use Elmer's glue. So I'll be back in a day or two. This video is really short, but it's really long in the making because I'm just not getting it the way I want. So until I get this candy dish as hard as I want it, I'm going to use Elmer's glue and see what the results are, and I'll be back in a day or two. Okay, so finally, the Elmer's glue had started to work. So I left it set for another day. I saturated it with Elmer's glue. So now I'm going to get ready. I already took my pins out, so I'm just going to take it right off my bowl. Now you can like pick up your bowl and kind of take it off. I already loosened it. So I'm going to take it off my bowl and I'll be right back and show you the finished product. And this is the finished product. I took it off my bowl. I added a little red ribbon, filled it with candy, and set it by my little snowman centerpiece. So I hope you have a happy holiday. I hope you get creative with your crocheting. And as always, happy crocheting, everyone.